Well, hey there, YouTube. Welcome back into Dory's Kitchen. I hope everybody's doing well. It's been probably about 9 days since I posted my last video. So I just wanted to give you guys another video. I'm going to be making Halloween cookies today. So I've got all my ingredients in the back of me. But before I get started with that, the last video that I did, I gave you guys a home tour of my fall decorations and my little bit of Halloween decorations. And I put a heartfelt message, about my spirit and everything and about my beliefs and stuff toward the end of the video. And I got such beautiful compliments and comments and things like that from everybody. And thank you so much for all your kindness and your thoughtfulness and your caring. And, what I wanted to do today before I started, I wanted to give a shout out to three of my people that have commented on my last video, 3 subscribers. So, and I do want to welcome aboard to all my new subscribers. My channel has been growing pretty good. It's just amazing. It's just pretty exciting for me. So thank you so much. But before I get started, I got to give a shout out, and I did write some stuff down. I do have 3 screen names, and I'm going to just read out loud what they wrote. And it just touched my heart, so I wanted to share them, okay? All right, the first one, and again, this is at random. Just like I'm just going through stuff. So the first one is going to be Jenny. So it's Jenny, and it's B-E-E-E-E-E-E. Jenny B. All right, she writes, Dory, I absolutely love your videos, and I love your new table and chairs. Watching your videos and listening to whatever the topic is reminds me to stay present and live in the moment. God bless you. Thank you for that. Thank you. I'm just being myself, and it's amazing how I can touch people and teach people something. So thank you. That means the world to me. All right, here's another one. The next one's going to be Dave, D-A-V-E, and Deb, D-E-B, 5629. And she wrote, Amen, Dory. Jesus said, in this world you will have troubles, but fear not, I have overcome the world. That's a pretty cool quote. I really like that a lot. And then she goes on to say, your words to pay it forward instead of sending you gifts rings true. I'm proud of you. Your decor is the best. I'm enjoying your channel so much. And I am glad. I am very glad. I am very touched. I read everybody's comments. I reply. I try to reply. If I'm not replying, I'm giving you at least a heart. A like and a heart. But there's a lot that comes in. So I do the best I can to keep up with everything with my busy life. But again, thank you very much. All right, now this one's going to be a longer one. This is from, the screen name is called Fall Travels, F-A-L-L-T-R-A-V-E-L-S 4049. And they wrote, I have been trying to figure out why I find your videos so soothing and entertaining. Aside from decorating in a similar way, I totally understand the no editing thing. I'm a little older than you, but I am pretty sure I would be the same way. I like your laugh and the way you present things. It's peaceful and happy. I find your videos very peaceful. But I do have to say, I've learned more about decorating cakes than I ever knew before, and have enjoyed that also. Would you consider doing a Thanksgiving themed cake or a turkey shaped cake or a pumpkin shaped. I'm thinking about it. But I'll let you know. I'm thinking about it. I probably will. I love the holidays. All right, they go on to say, I'm laughing now because I think that sounds kind of far out. Just to hear the words far out. It's like back when I was in high school. Very cool. Okay, and then they go on to say, but an idea nonetheless. Keep making your videos, Dory, any way you want. I love the authenticity and the decor too. Love the fall decor. That one touched me pretty deep. It's a lot of writing that you took your time out of your busy life to do and to share with me, and thank you very much. Wow. I'm glad you're learning something. You know, I do follow quite a bit of YouTube channels. I am subscribed to quite a bit. Each channel is very unique and very different, and I learn something from everybody that I follow. It's kind of cool because I think we all are unique and different, so we all have something special to share, you know, with everybody. So thank you so much from the bottom of my toes. This was really, really cool. So I've been wanting to give a shout out to people, you know, personally, you know, this way. So there's 3 more. I think I did 5 in a few videos back, and here's 3 more. I will do more as I sit down and go through stuff, and I got to write everything down, and I can share more. But I want to get started. What I'm going to do today right now is we're just going to make cookie dough in the back. And I've done this before. This cookie recipe is from Little Cookie Company. They have a YouTube channel. So please go there. I've also shared the recipe in a previous video on my channel, making sugar cookies. But I'm going to move the camera in closer to the counter in the back of me by my mixer. And we're going to get started, okay? So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to make the dough, take the dough over to my counter over here, and we're going to roll it out onto parchment paper on my counter. And then I have a round cookie cutter. I'm going to cut out round cookies. I don't have a lot of pumpkins or bats or witches shapes or anything like that, but I can take a round cookie and decorate it all kinds of ways. Oh, and something exciting. I bought a small airbrush machine, and I want to show you airbrushing. Once these cookies are baked, once I make royal icing later today, and then either later on tonight or tomorrow, we will decorate. Because I'm off today and I'm off tomorrow. So I know tomorrow I want to work outside in my yard a little bit because it's going to be a nicer day. But, so you'll be getting a couple videos from me, okay? All right, we're going to get started. So I'm going to move you in closer here. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, since I am right-handed, we're going to go on to the left side here. Bring you over here. I'm going to drop this down some. See if I can get you closer and turn this. That's going to work either. All right, we'll go this way. And I'll bring it this way here. There, that works pretty good. I think you can see a lot of the stuff I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to come over here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going by my recipe card. I'm going to show this to the camera again so you can kind of see. Again, this is with Little Cookie Company, and I'm going to look into my camera lens, and I'll hold that steady. Okay. All So, unsalted butter, 2 sticks equals 1 cup. It's at room temperature. So I'm going to take the butter and I'm going to cut it. I put 1 stick in the mixer bowl already. So I'm going to cut it into little pieces and just put this into my mixing bowl. If it gets a little loud, you can turn your volume down, okay, with the mixer. And I hope everybody's doing well. And I'm going to put this plate, I'm going to turn this around so I can get this side of this butter. And a couple more here. There we go. Get that off my knife here. Okay. All right, that's 2 sticks of butter, 1 cup. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a cup of brown sugar and a half a cup of white sugar. And we're just going to mix it slowly together with the butter that's in there. Once I do that, all right, we're going to go 1 cup brown sugar. When I do that, I will bring it closer to the mixer so you can see it mix. I think I need a spoon in here. I'm going to get one of my big tablespoons here so I can scoop this out of this bag. I got to get some more brown sugar. I did go grocery shopping yesterday morning and I thought I checked everything. I have to get some more brown vanilla. I have clear vanilla, but I need to get the regular brown colored vanilla. So I'm low on that. So we're going to take brown sugar and we're going to pack it down nice and tight so it's, you know, a full cup. And I'm thinking this is going to work pretty good. So I just pack it down with my spoon. Again, if you're new here, I am not an expert on recipes. I am not. I play. That's all I do. Right, I'm going to dump this brown sugar. This is a cup. Right into my mixer. Ta-da! I love how that just comes out like super easy. And then I'll take my... I have a bag clip back here that I put on my brown sugar, and then I put it in a Ziploc bag so it can stay kind of moist. I'm going to put that in the back of me. So now we're going to get our white granulated sugar. And this we're going to do a half a cup. So I think I can pretty much, can do that. Get my butter knife here. There we go. So there's a half a cup. And we will pour that into this mixing bowl. Okay. This I can put in the back of me. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to raise up the mixer. I'm going to bring you in closer. See if I can bring you up some more, and then I'm going to tip you so you can kind of see. And I might, let me get this lifted up here. So we're just going to put this on the lowest speed, okay? So it won't be going too fast, just a very low speed. And I'm going to lift you up so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Just so it goes, it mixes together super slow. And it's coming together. Now I'll mix it a little bit, and then I'm going to scrape the bowl. I'll stop it and scrape the bowl with my spatula. Okay. All right, we're going to raise this back down. Just like that. And we'll come over here. I have parchment paper all ready to go. I'm going to reach in this drawer and get my spatula. Okay, and we're going to come back over here by this bowl. I'm going to put you down for a minute. I'm going to push this dough off of the beater bar here. And just scrape to the bottom of the bowl. Make sure I get all that butter mixed in with the sugar. I got it there. All right, and we're going to raise this back up again. Going to go to low. It's looking pretty good. Mix that a little bit more. That's looking pretty good. Okay. Bring that back down. Get my scraper. Yeah, it's mixed up pretty well. Okay. It's important that you do this slowly so the butter blends really well with the sugars. You don't want like big clumps of your butter. Yeah, I think that's working pretty good. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to put you down here. All right. Now our next thing we're going to do, we've added the butter. We did the brown sugar and the white sugar, and we mixed them slowly together. Now we're going to do a tablespoon of butter emulsion. This is what I use. This is from Lor-Ann. It's butter bakery emulsion. Then I cannot find the bakery emulsion in the stores. I order this off of Amazon. I can find butter vanilla emulsion, which I bought because I'm really low on this. So I should have almost a tablespoon of this. But I need to order some more of this off of Amazon because I like the flavor of it. So this is a tablespoon. So a tablespoon of the butter emulsion. If I don't have enough, ooh, look at that. I'm going to have enough. Yay! 1 whole tablespoon. And we're going to put that in there. All right. Put this to the back. And now we're going to do a teaspoon of baking powder. So, teaspoon of baking powder. Which I believe that's a teaspoon. Yep. And I like how they made this Clabber Girl baking powder. I like how they made the top of it so you can actually scoop and then measure your spoon off evenly with that lid. That's pretty cool. So we're going to dump that in. All right, there's my teaspoon of my baking powder. And then we're going to do 2 large eggs. So here's one. There's 1 egg. And I've got 1 more here. And there's 2 eggs. And we will toss them. Then we're going to put a tablespoon of vanilla. And since I don't have the brown vanilla, I do have Wilton clear vanilla. So I'm going to have to use this. So my cookies probably will be a lighter color, but it's okay. It still tastes good. So 1 tablespoon of vanilla. So this is the Wilton clear vanilla, but I would recommend you use the brown vanilla. Like I said before, I'm not a big recipe expert. But it'll taste the same, just the coloring, because it won't be brown. Might be a little lighter in color. I could add some brown food coloring, but I really don't want to do that. So I don't want to like get the cookie too dark looking, so I'm not doing that. Okay. All right. And 3/4 teaspoon of salt. So I have my salt, 3/4 teaspoon. So I think what I'm going to do here is I have a 1/4 teaspoon, so I'm just going to fill that up 3 times. There's like a little bitty thing here. There's 1. 2, and 1 more. That's 3. Okay. Now that is all of our liquid ingredients and a couple of our... And the only ingredient left that I have to add is flour and cornstarch. So let's lift this up and we're going to mix it on slow. So that's the 2 eggs, the salt, the vanilla, the butter bakery emulsion, and our baking powder is in there. Get the dough off of there. I do like making cookies. Makes the kitchen smell so yummy this time of year, you know. Let's see what I can get on this side here. Okay, I'll lift it back up again. Just get that stirred up pretty good. That's better. Because I have to keep scraping the bowl down. It's pretty good. Bring that back down. Okay. So I'm gonna put my spoons over here on this plate. All right. So now what I need is I need 4.5 cups of flour. I bought a new bag of flour yesterday because I believe this little bit I got here isn't going to be enough. And I think what I'm going to do is cut this. I'm going to cut this top part of the bag off so that I can get down easier with my measuring cup. That's going to work pretty good. Okay. So we're going to do, I need my knife here. We're going to do 4.5 cups. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 cups, mix it, and then do another cup, and then mix it, and then the 4th cup and mix it, and see where I'm at. So here we're going to do cup 1. Sure, I'm glad I cut that rest of that bag down. Okay, push that flour down. Okay, it's going to be cup 2. All right, so we have 2 cups in there. Before I mix it, I'm going to open this other bag because I don't have much left in it, the little bag I have. So I'm going to open this up and just pour this in. Just like that. Making a mess on my counter. Baking is a messy job. Okay, we're going to raise this up now. I'm going to bring you in. This is 2 cups of flour. And stir this up, scrape it again, and then we'll add 1 more cup, mix it again, and then add the 4th cup, and then we'll see where the consistency is before I add a 1/2 cup. That mixed up good. Okay, bring that down. Okay, bring it down some. Hope everybody's doing well. Give you some well wishes and hope you're enjoying your week. I had yesterday off too. I have 3 days off in a row. Yesterday, I guess I was just burnt out from working and my trip to Illinois and back, and going back right back to work again, and I just needed a day just to relax. So I just had to, and I got up super early, had to run an errand early in the morning, and I just wanted to come home. I went to the grocery store early. I wanted to get that done. So, and I'm glad I did that because it was just like, before there's so many people in the store and it's kind of quiet. I can get a good parking spot. So I'm glad I went early just to get it out of the way and it was over with and got everything put away. I went to the store, got everything done before 9 a.m. and I was ready to just get in my recliner, have a nice glass of tea, and take a nap. So that's what I did. All right, now we're going to go with the third cup. So bring this bag over. And also, too, with this flour, it needs to be an all-purpose flour. Not self-rising, just an all-purpose. All right, so I'm taking the knife and I'm just scraping the top of this cup here. So this will be number 3. All right, we'll move that to the side again. Bring this back up. It's too noisy. Please turn your volume down, okay? It mixed up pretty good. Yeah, we'll pick up another notch here. Okay, bring that down. And my scraper here. Yeah, the color of the dough looks not bad. It looks pretty good to me. I think that brown sugar makes that brown color, you know. All right. So I think I'll be okay with the color of the cookies. I forgot about the brown sugar being brown. All right, one more thing of flour here. This will be cup number 4. It calls for 4.5 cups, but I really want to see what the consistency of this frosting, this cookie dough is before I put that 1/2 cup in. All right, I'll just take this knife here and just scrape that off. Get that 4th cup here. And we'll dump that in. Okay. Raise this up again. The stand gets in my way where I'm at, so there we go. And we'll get that mixed up and then we'll raise it up another notch. Speed it up a little bit here. I don't think I'm going to add another 1/2 cup. I think this is going to be fine. All right, let's lower this down. Scrape this off the speeder bar. Yeah, I'm not going to add any more. That seems pretty stiff to me. Yeah, you just gotta go with how it feels like, you know, when you're starting to mix it. That's why it's important to go it slow. The more flour you add, the thicker it's going to get. So sometimes you might add a little bit more than your full cup, or so it's just, you play it by ear. If you think you need that last 1/2 cup, then by all means add it. But this is pretty thick, so I think we are good. Mix it one more time here. I just go up a couple of notches, so you don't want to over mix it either, because then you're going to get a lot of air in your dough. So that's it. So before I go any further, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to go wash my hands. I'm going to put all of these into my sink. So let's go over here. All right. There's my sink. The sun is shining today. All right, so then I'm going to dry my hands. I've got some gloves I want to put on before I touch this dough. And I do have a round cookie cutter by me. And we'll cut out a couple pans of cookies. And then I'll probably stop this video. And then we'll upload another one. I do want you to see what they look like baked though. So, alright, let me dry my hands off. Clean my counter. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna bring you over here. So you can kind of see what I'm doing here. All right, so let me clean up this stuff, and I'll put all my stuff away, and then back into my pantry, and then we will be able. I'm gonna save this, so I'm remember to order that. We will be able to cut out some cookies. All right, this is what I do with my sugar and my flour. I put my sugar, my brown sugar, my white sugar, and my flour into Ziploc bags. I just want to try to keep the air out. Okay, these I'm going to put away. Right in the pantry behind you. Baking powder goes up there on the top shelf. Sugar's on the second shelf. Sugar's on the top shelf. Next to my powdered sugar. Okay, and we'll get this flour. Pillsbury. Great recipes start here. That's what that says. Yeah. Muy bien. Okay, let's lift this up. The trick is not to dump the flour out while you're trying to get it into a Ziploc bag when your hands have arthritis. Ta-da! What I try to do is get the air out of the Ziploc bag and fold it over before I seal it, because I don't want a lot of air in there. And I'll just squeeze it so the air comes out as I'm Ziplocking it all the way across. And then I've got the salt, the vanilla, and my emulsion. Okay, flour up here, vanilla there. And my salt goes in the door. And I think we'll get a paper towel here. bowl up and put it over here by my parchment paper. Clean up this flour. I just don't like a messy kitchen. I clean as I go. I need to do that. I have some decorating things to the side here, to the right of me. There's airbrush coloring, there's food coloring. I have airbrush cleaner. There's some edible pens, and I've got some fall sprinkles right over here by my mixer. All right, let me get my sponge here. Wipe that down quick. Okay. Unplug this. Nope, I need it because I have to make. Once I'll upload this video. While it's uploading, I'll be making royal icing. And for royal icing, that's also on a video on my channel. So, okay. And that. Paper towel again. Much better. Much better. Okay, we're going to move you over by the cookie dough. Okay, dry my hands off good. And I'll put them gloves back on. It's a lot of work. Doing videos and not editing, I think you're able to see how much work is involved in baking and, doing these recipes. It is a lot of work. When I worked at the bakery full time, I didn't bake. I just decorated. I assembled things and made them pretty. Because when you're doing 40, 50 cakes on a weekend, and hundreds of cookies, you have to have people that do certain jobs in a bakery. There's a baker, might be 3 bakers. It all depends on the size of the bakery, and everybody's so short-handed right now. Okay, I have my gloves on. But people do different jobs, you have bakers, and then you have bakery clerks, and they package, and they also assemble things too sometimes. So, and you have decorators that decorate, they put the frosting on the cakes and the cookies and the cupcakes and make them pretty. And either they put them in the store, bakery clerks put them in the store, and then you have to box everything for orders, and it's a lot of work. It was a fun career. Fun. And when I'm doing this kind of stuff at home, I think of things and reminisce, and I am so very blessed and grateful that I was able to have such a rewarding career, and be a big part of this community that I live in. So, okay. Now what I'm going to do now is pull this dough. Just want to make sure this is the consistency I want. Yep, and I believe it is. Okay. Let me get some of this dough out of the bowl. It's forming well. Like that. Let me turn this light on up here. So it's forming pretty good. So like that. So I'm going to move my plant back. Leave that back there to the side here. Now, some people will put flour on their counter, you know, clean their counter, put flour down, roll their cookie dough in flour. Parchment paper, it doesn't stick. So what I like to do is I'll put it on a, let me see if you can see this. I like to put it on parchment paper. I have, where are you? There you are. I get my roller out. I put it on a piece of parchment paper. Now you can take Scotch tape and you can tape your paper down to the counter so it don't move, but I'm not going to do that. And then I take a piece and put it onto the top. And I'll just push it down. That way the roller doesn't get all sticky and messy with flour, you know. And I can move this back closer to the window. I am so glad I got this big bay window here. Now it's going to be tricky at Christmas time when I have a big train on display. Ah, my uncle's train. I can't wait. Another month. Maybe less than that, I don't know, because I'm itching to get that up on display. But, yeah, but anyway, I did go. There was a train show, you know, close to me. So it was a smaller scale, and I went on Sunday. And I'm glad I did, because even though I've been a fan of trains since I was a kid, watching my uncle and my dad and, you know, even us, you know, go to my uncle and aunt's house and we'd watch him play with his trains. I mean, it was just so much fun. H.O. Scale, you know, he had his basement, just had a huge train display down in his basement. And a couple of years ago, he gave me a train. Time to take it all down. His eyesight was getting, you know, we age and, you know, things happen. Our eyesight gets weaker and our fingers, we get arthritis. And it was just hard, you know, for him. So I'm just going to pull this parchment paper off in a minute and just to see the consistency, like how thick this dough is. Okay, see that? Peels right off. Just like that. All right, let's see. You can go, just go around like this. Let me bring you in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. There we go. I didn't even measure how big of a... It's about the palm of my hand. Maybe 3 inches wide, I guess, around. Kind of about the size of a baseball, I'm thinking. I'm going to get 6 or 7 out of here. Yeah, look at that. 7. Okay. So we'll pull this back. Put that in the bowl in front of me. But I found like a little red tractor to go into my Train City. I put it on my bay window last year and decorated it for winter and Christmas. I have to get a spatula. Alright, I do have some cookie sheets. use a non-stick cookie sheet. And we're gonna just drop it like that. I could bring that over so you can kind of see what I'm doing. There we go. Can you see this? I think so. I can tell this is a little thick. It's all right. It's just for fun. My arm might be getting in the way. My left arm of the camera. I don't know how many of these I can get on a... What I'm going to do is we're going to fill this tray up. Probably get like 8 cookies on it. And then we're going to put it in the refrigerator so that we can firm up the butter. And then we're going to put it in the oven for like 9 minutes. We're just going to let it go in the refrigerator. Could probably do that now. And then we'll roll out some more to put on this other baking sheet. So I have 7 on this tray. So I'm going to go over to my refrigerator. Just hold on 1 second here. I have to move some things. There we go. All right, I'll bring you back over here. After I get this done, I might have to do dishes up. Okay, bring the dough back. Get some more dough. While that's firming up in the fridge, we'll do another tray. And by the time I get this rolled out and get the cookies on a tray, the tray in the cooler or the refrigerator will be firm enough to where it can go in the oven. It's important to put your cookies, back into the refrigerator so that butter can firm up again a little bit, And that way when they bake, they're not going to spread apart and get all, the cookies will stay firm. So, let's push you back. Make sure you can see what I'm doing here, and I think you can. Okay, back to my train story. I'm just so excited. I found a red tractor, little bitty one, to go into this little village I'm going to create. And then I found a house, and it's, I don't know, about that size, and it's called Ma's House. Ma's Cabin, Ma's House. It looks kind of like a convenience store, where you can go in and buy sacks of flour and vegetables, from a fruit stand and things like that. So I thought that'd be cute. And then I got that. And then I found a snow plow. So I'm going to put that into the village with the snow. And let's see, I got more track. And I did get a power junction box to try to get this train to run. I don't know. I'm going to have to do some measuring. Maybe get a piece of plywood, kind of curve it to see if I can get it around my bay window. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do this yet. It'll be a lot of work. But I would like to get it to run. And if I can't get it all done this Christmas, well, I can work on the board then. And, but that's my goal anyway. It'd be kind of fun to see it go. Even if I can get it to run back and forth. You know, it doesn't have to go in a big circle. I don't have the space for that here, so. Okay, I'm just trying to get this dough more even. It seemed like in the center it's still kind of thick. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Yeah, it's better. All right, let's see how many of these I can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, maybe I can get 8 out of here. 7. Maybe not. No, just 7. Oh well. So 7 and 7, that's 14 cookies so far. Don't even know how much depends on the size of the cutter you use and the thickness of the dough with your cookies. You know, a lot of stuff varies there, so. All right. This is a smaller cookie sheet. I have a big one and a little one. Should buy another bigger one. Can probably get 7 of them on here too. It's quiet. So once I get them baked, they gotta cool. I'll be making like royal icing this afternoon. There's 6. I think I can get a 7 on there. Yeah. Ta-da! There. All right. Now to put the other ones in the oven. All right, we're gonna go get, I'm gonna bring you back over this way. Bring you back here. It'd be a lot easier if I had a camera person, you know? All right. Take this tray of cookies, and this is going in the refrigerator. Then I'll grab the other one out of the refrigerator, and I'll put those in the oven. And the oven is at 350 degrees, and we're going to bake them for 9 minutes. And then we will see what they look like. They're not 100% round, but that's okay. You know, you pick that dough up, it's going to move a little bit. I could grease my spatula too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes start. I will turn this light on, move my towel. Okay, so I can see that. All right, bring it back over here by the sink. I want to rinse my spatula here without getting my gloves wet, if I can do that. get that dough off and then wipe it down, and I want to use that to scrape that bowl. Should be able to get like another 7 cookies out of that dough. I'm going to get a paper towel. I'm going to get a paper towel and get that dough off. Okay. Gloves are still dry. And we can rinse that spatula off really good. And we just wanted to loosen that dough up, get it off of there. Get that under some hot water. Well, we're already at an hour. Okay, well, I've uploaded videos longer than an hour before, so we'll wait till them cookies get out of the oven. I want you to see them. So what I'm going to do, let me dry this spatula off. I do have bacon racks out here ready, so take one and stand it up on my cake decorating island. This one's got tall legs on. And when it comes out, I can put it over there. All right, let's see how much dough we can get on here. All right, scrape that out. I don't know if we're going to get 7, but we'll get a few cookies out of here. All right, there's the end of that. So I'm going to put some this in water in the sink. Put some water in here. Couple squirts of Dawn dish soap. 1, 2, couple squirts. Okay, have that. All right, let's get to form this dough. Okay. Yeah, but it was fun going to the train show. I met a few very nice people that helped me, you know, because again, I don't understand what I needed to get a train to run. So a kind gentleman helped me with, you know, getting like a power box, a junction box, I guess is what they call it. $5, small one. I just wanted a small one. I didn't need a big one. At least I think. But you know, we'll see. And, you know, I've been watching, like, YouTube videos on how to do a train display and how to lay track. You need plywood, and then you need cork. Glue down your cork. You got to have, like, a visual on what you want to do. The only thing is I don't have the space. I live in a mobile home. It'd be nice if I could find a corner in my spare bedroom. I really got to go through all my stuff in on my shelving in there, those storage shelves, and go through stuff. It'd be nice if I can get a corner, you know, and put a train display, a small train display. That'd be fun. And play with it all the time. That'd be kind of cool. But I don't know. Might just leave it as a Christmas thing. We'll see. But it is exciting to go. I love going to them. And down in Milwaukee, at the state fairgrounds in Milwaukee, they have a huge train festival. And that's in a couple different buildings down there. And if I go to that, I'm there all day because there is so much to see. But it is very crowded with people, but so much to see there. It is fun. Okay. I think I'm not throwing this away just yet. This will be it with our dough. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another 7 here, 6, 7. I'm just a little bit rough off of that edge. I think what I'll do is cover this up until them cookies come out of the oven. Let's cover that up. Okay, let's see how much time we have. 28 seconds to go. I don't know if I showed you these. These are fall. I have 2 of them, my pot holders. Kind of nice. Okay, we're counting down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beep, beep, beep. Cookies are done. Big start. Now, I just want to check them because these are thicker. So we did 9 minutes. They might need, I'm going to look at the bottoms here. Oh, they're good. Okay, they're good. We're good. You're done. All right. I'm going to come over here. So there's 1. And you know, the color's fine. 2, 3. Now these will bake just a little bit more because they're still hot. Always look at the bottom of them to see if they're, you know, they have that light brown on there. If they do, I pull them because they're going to bake just a little bit more while they're cooling. So there's 7. All right. We're going to go into the fridge and get that other tray out and put that in the oven. Okay. Here's the other tray. We'll go 9 minutes on them as well. Okay, cook time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Start. Okay. All right. I wish these YouTube videos that you can smell. Smell-o-vision. Yeah, all right, all you creators out in the world. Smell-o-vision. We need that. Can smell these cookies. Yeah, but I don't want to touch them too much. I want to break them. They gotta cool. But there's 7 to start. So, anyway, I'm going to stop right here. I'll bring you in a little bit so you can see them there. So those are done. They just have to cool. So, we have one more in the oven, if you can see them cooking in the oven there. A couple more to cut out. And because this video is over an hour right now, I'm going to stop it. Okay? I hope you had fun with that. So this is a process. Decorating for any type, Halloween, Christmas, birthday, just because I want to have fun with my YouTube people. It's a process. So here's the first one. We made a cookie recipe. We put it in the mixer, mixed all the ingredients together. We had to cut them out, put them in the refrigerator, bring them back out, put them in the oven, wait, bring them out. Now they got to cool. Got to make some frosting and then color if we're going to do colors. But with the airbrush, that's going to be fun. It's going to be so much fun. So I don't know when I'm going to be doing that, either today or tomorrow morning. I don't know. But we'll see how time goes today and whatever. But my next step, once these cookies are baked, I want to get my kitchen cleaned up and wash all these dishes and then make some royal icing. And go from there. All right. Right now it's a little after 1. So I want to stop and, once I clean up and get something for lunch and, sit down a little bit and relax on my day off. And, yeah. But I wanted to show you something too. I did find another YouTube screensaver that's on my television. I just put fall screensaver. I'll get up here if you can see. There it is. Then we'll get it to stop here. And we'll bring it down. There. Isn't that cool? A gold frame, leaves falling. And it says it'll run for like 2 hours. And that's all, pretty much all it is. It's just that. So that's kind of cool, hey? So I'm going to let you go here. Another video will be coming soon. Happy October, everybody. Happy fall and happy Thanksgiving. It's a common, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Merry Christmas. How's that? Get it all out there one time. All right, that's my word stumbling. But we're going to call it right now, okay? We will see you soon. I'll upload this right away. All right, bye-bye.